Hello, it's Beards and Bangers, and as you've just seen, I've had to take a train journey today, and we'll get down the road a bit and you'll find out why. So welcome along.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
So I was contacted by a subscriber who had a car that he had to get rid of due to a change in circumstances, and sort of exchanged some messages, pictures and various bits and bobs. And I said, yes, I will take that car off your hands. So for a few £100, I've got my hands on another Rover. Let's have a look at it. So yeah, a bit of a groan, because we did say that the Beards and Bangers fleet would be reducing in January, but it's actually gone up because nothing's sold. Changed my mind on the BRM, so I picked up this 216 SLI, my first R8 actually. I'm actually nearly home, so I've collected it. It's first impressions, the engine is running quite lumpy, it's quite rough. It's okay once you get up to sort of 50 miles an hour, but it's yeah, it's definitely running a bit, it's running a bit rough. I have put some Shell 95 E90 whatever it is, E5 in, just see if that's cleared it. It hasn't yet, so I think it has got some kind of issue with the engine, but it's pulling really nicely above 3,000 RPM. This one of course has got the Honda D series engine in it, but yeah, having a look around the body, it's a couple of tiny little blemishes, but it just needs a damn good clean clay bar polish, just to see what the bodywork really is like. But I'm really quite excited by it. Now the only thing is, I can't do a driving sequence with you because, like an idiot, I left my my windscreen mount behind this morning, so that was a bit silly. But yeah, we'll just get in the car and talk a little bit more. So the great thing with the Rover R8s is, of course, they've got the T-shelf, as another YouTuber famously says in all his videos, so I can rest my camera on there and talk to you without having to hold it. But yeah, so what it says, so it's, yeah, 216 line N-Reg, that's what, 1996 I think. Yeah, so I pulled over to some footage, and already people are stopping me saying they haven't seen one of these cars for years. That's really nice. So yeah, I'll just grab the camera. Yeah, a bit amateurish today because no gimbal, no windscreen mount, so yeah, not quite the video I was hoping to bring you. So yeah, here's the dash. So usual indicator, it does need a damn good clean inside and out. And yeah, HS2, oh, you got a crack on the windscreen, so a stone was thrown up. Yeah, that wasn't great, but yeah, it's got a sunroof. The sunroof actually works and it's dry. And the other thing is, with this, one of the first things I noticed, the headlining is actually all right. Yeah, the wood veneer on the dash has seen better days. There's a couple of little flaky bits, one up there and one over there. Stereo is missing, but we can sort that. That's not a problem. I've got a broken knob, so this is a yeah, that's not gripping the little spigot or spindle in there, so that needs to get one of those from somewhere. Yeah, but yeah, it seems pretty clean. The seats, the one thing I will say, just spin you back round, the seats are really comfortable. It's a firm seat, but it sort of grips you nicely without being buckety. I'm really quite impressed with this car so far, other than the running. So what's the plan? Well, number one, give it a really good clean inside and out, just to see what we've got to work with. Basically, there's quite a lot of ground in dirt into the paintwork, so I think it's going to need a full clay bar and full Monty, which I'll bring you some footage of in the coming weeks. Obviously, I've got two projects on the go at the moment with the Micra as well, so gonna have to be quite careful with time and quite busy with work as well. Yeah, and then we'll get it plugged in and see what see if there's any fault codes, see if there's anything going wrong, so that we can, you know, start to investigate the running issue. I say the clutch seems okay. The gear changes are really nice. We're not slipping, we're not kind of having problems selecting gears, so that's good. The wheel it's driving nice and straight. The suspension seems good. It's nice ride. So I think the running issue is you know the number one priority to look at before we start worrying about radios and rust and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, clean it first, just so it's a nice place to work. Anything else I'd like to say so far? No, not really. It's pretty good. We'll jump out again and have another look at the outside. Let's have another look at the outside. So the car was from Tunbridge in Kent. Is that Perry's? I can't see the number plate's quite like Griffith, Caffins. If anyone recognises that brand, please drop me a comment, because I can't really read that. But yeah, so it's yeah, Kent registered car, or Kent purchased car, but it spent most of its life on the Isle of Wight. And I'll show you a book in a moment that's absolutely incredible, because it's the guy who owned it has documented every penny he has spent on the vehicle. So I just bought it from a guy called Matt, and he got it from the guy on the Isle of Wight. So I haven't actually looked at the logbook yet and seen how many previous owners, but I don't think it's going to be many. But one really interesting thing, I don't know how well you're going to see this in the light, but he had a Rover, the guy on the Isle of Wight had this Rover tow bar fitted. Apparently drove from Birmingham to the Isle of Wight to get this done, and it's actually a genuine Rover tow bar, so no expense was spared in maintaining this car. So I think it's really important this car is preserved and returned to its former glory. Get the engine sorted out, get the paint looking good, get the inside looking good, and this is a, you know, it's yeah, it's a high mileage example, but jeepers, it's pretty tidy. Tiny bit of rust spots on this, just this panel here, a little bit bubbly. This arch is actually all right, but the other one, which you probably can't quite see, just got that typical Rover bubble there, but it's not too bad. I have to say, it's not bad at all. So I think with a bit of work, the paint work will come up nice, but so really keen to get the running of the engine sorted out first. So I will manage to get a little bit of driving. I'm pottering on at 50 miles an hour, and it's actually all right. So I forgot I could use my phone to do some filming as well. So yeah, 50 miles an hour, we're okay. We are okay.
Yeah, it's pulling away. Really pulling away in first. That's where it's really, really rough. But I'll show you that in a video another day.
Yeah, so the car still got its original Rover handbook, which just looks fantastic. And this is the ledger that one of the previous owners, or the previous owner to the previous owner but one, kept. He's got his radio code written down, very sensible, although the radio sadly is missing. But yeah, so he's obviously bought the car nearly new. If anyone does know the history of this car, N486YVE, then please do drop a comment, because it's been used for a year, 18 months, and then this guy's obviously bought it. But he's done a log of the mileage, he's recorded every time he's filled up with petrol, so litre 44.19. God knows what that cost back in 1997. Check brakes, dust in rear. So he's made little comments as well. Fitted tow bar, filter, oil change and air cleaning. So yeah, he's absolutely noted everything. Headlining fixed. It's not holding up bad, because it's fixed in 1998. But look at this, I just love this when you get provenance like this with cars. I won't go through every line with you, but 5123, so just a few weeks ago, oil and filter 144,887, we're now on 145,548, so it's covered 700 miles since he last did the oil and filter. MOT 6,000 miles ago in 19. So yeah, really interesting. We've got anything else interesting in here? Another override code. I guess that's for the radio. Yeah, various bits and bobs. Owner information and service record. We'll have a look through that another day because we've had a look through a record already. Various manuals and bits and bobs. What's that? That's going to be the in-car entertainment. There we are, or gramophone, as you would say, Boaty. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so I know I said I wasn't going to get another project, but the opportunity came up. Someone contacted me, a subscriber, and I really couldn't say no. And I'm pleased I've said yes, because this seems like a pretty solid car that can be put back, into some nice condition. So yes, really got to try and sell the BMW now to get some funds back in the coffers, yeah, get the micro finished off and then get stuck into this one. So I'll bring you a video of some cleaning of this fairly soon. But yeah, really excited. Rover R8 216 SLI. Not quite the 420 GSI or 220 GSI that I'd really like, but it's a nice car. It's comfy, it feels solid. So we just get a couple of bits sorted out, the rough running of the engine, get the paint looking a bit nicer, give the windows a damn good polish as well. I think getting the glass looking nice is really important. Obviously we're gonna have to get a new windscreen from somewhere at some point, but I'll look into that. So yeah, another series on Beards and Bangers. So please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and please feel free to share these videos. It's greatly appreciated. But if you want to find out what's going to happen in the next episode on this car, on another series, then please do hit that subscribe button. So I'll leave it there for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.